Is it called a weed eater or a weed whacker? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you call it. It's time to get to an unboxing. All right, so I have a Ryobi battery powered weed whacker that I've had now for probably, I don't know, if I had to guess, maybe 6 years. And as you can see, it has been used a lot. And it's still going great. I think our old house was about 10,000 square feet of property. So it was a decent sized lot. And now we have over an acre. So I need something more powerful than this. But this video is about comparing this to my new gas-powered Ryobi and doing a comparison. I can share my thoughts on this one. And I'm standing up because I'm about to go get the box. So here's my new Ryobi 18-inch gas straight shaft string trimmer. Weed whacker, weed eater, call it what you want. Before I open this, I will say this. This thing has been awesome. If you got one of the larger, at least 3 amp batteries that go in just about all of Ryobi's tools, if you put this in here, 10,000 square foot lot, no problem. I can get through the whole thing. If I don't do everything I need to do with this at my new home, which again, I'm weed whacking over an acre of land, I might get through with one battery, if not one in like a quarter to half batteries. But the beauty about this guy is you just throw a battery in and you just start going. Like it's so simple. The way you add line when it runs out is simple. You can twist this and it becomes an edger, which is great. Just a little, pull this out and then you twist it. And you can adjust the handle, and it's just, I think this is great for smaller yards. So I'm gonna throw the battery in here. And it's nice because you just throw it in, you hit the button, and that line's out kind of far. Anyways, and that's it. And you just throw the battery in there and you just run and you do your job and it's finished. Now, this is a little more involved. I'm gonna unbox this, I'm gonna put it together. And I've never used it before, and it's been years since I've used a gas one that has an actual mix of gas and oil, which, by the way, if you go on Amazon, which I'll leave links down below, and you put this in your cart, usually when you scroll about halfway down, you'll see most customers purchase this and this and this. And so this was on there, so I just threw this in there. It's just extra string. And this guy, which is oil. And the way this works, if you are not familiar with it, you mix gas and oil when you run this thing. So that's gonna be interesting. But this is gonna give me much more power and it's gonna last way longer than the battery powered one. So let's get this unboxed and built. All right, got some parts. At the head, oh, I'll get to it in a minute, but I'm gonna explain to you a few other reasons why I actually chose this one in particular over other brands, aside from the fact that I really like Ryobi and I've got a ton of their tools, so, you know, it just kind of makes sense for me to stay in that family. And I know this isn't battery powered, but I'll get to the reasons why I chose this one. So here's the head and attachment. And the actual body, which is cool. It's nice too, because they actually have instructions right here on the side to tell you exactly what to do to get it started. We have the head, we got the body of it, we got the accessories. Let's pull these out. Cool thing about this, from reviews and stuff I read online, they actually give you oil. I bought that can just, you know, so I have extra oil so I don't have to keep buying these little things. And then they actually give you extra string, which I'll probably use this first and then use the one that's packaged. We have the handle, little guard or protector for the string and paperwork. Mix 2.6 ounces or a 2 cycle, which I would assume is this, 2.6 ounces, with 1 gallon of fresh gasoline in a separate gas container. Shake and then pour into trimmer tank. I have here 1 gallon of gas. So I'm going to put this like this. Take my oil, pour it into the gas. It says shake. Probably shake well. I thought it was gonna be a little more difficult than that actually was, but if you buy the 2.6 ounce bottles, then you'll be fine. You also have this, it kind of contains it in the top. That probably smells like gas now. So on Use What You Got, we run into a lot of issues. And half the time, I just have to figure out a way to do whatever the thing is. So here's another situation where something was in my mouth. I have to use what I've got, and that's all right. All right, probably enough for now. That's good. This is good. So they say to put this on the ground when you start it. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go outside. I'm gonna figure out how to start it, which should be pretty simple. And we're gonna cut some, and then I'll come back and kind of finish my thoughts on it. We have this guy who's been around for a long time. And we have the new guy on the block. Let's get this started. So it says, press the button 10 times. Here we go. It's on the back over here. The, crap, what is that called? The thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Set to full choke. Full choke. There's full, half, and run. Squeeze and hold the upper button and the lower button for 7 seconds. No, through step 7. Pull the starter rope until the engine attempts to start. Max 4 times, so don't pull it more than 4 times. Set to half choke. Pull the starter rope until engine starts. Wait 10 seconds to set to run. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna hold those 2 and pull the starter rope until the engine attempts to start. So I'm pushing down with my left hand and holding both top and bottom. I'm gonna pull this 4 times. So it said don't do it more than 4 times, but I guess I'm gonna have to. Half choke. No. Oh, that's my problem. I had it at full choke. It's supposed to be at half choke. My bad, Ryobi. So pull to half. Oh, no, it does say set to full. I take it back. I don't apologize. I was doing it right. Okay. Now set to half choke. And then pull until the engine starts. once it was consistent, then I switched it to run. And then I let go of these two because once I switch it to run, then it starts spinning. So switch it over to run, and then it's good to go. And then you have a start or a stop button right here. So let me try this again. So this button locks it. So you have to push this down to pull it. Yeah. Okay, I really want to cut some, but my battery's about to die, so 1 second. As you can see, the battery-powered trimmer actually does a pretty good job. The only issue is when I throw a lot of thicker grass at it, it has a tendency of slowing down. And if most of the battery has been drained, then it even stops at times. But it just can only handle so much. All right, enough of that one. Let's pull out the big boy. So one thing I noticed as soon as I picked it up is that this is at least twice, if not more than twice, the amount of weight that the battery-powered one is. It's pretty heavy, and I actually felt it the next day, sadly enough. Another thing I noticed pretty quickly is that the actual head of the trimmer is fairly large, so I found myself having to tilt it left and right to get into those certain areas I really wanted to trim down, for instance, underneath the sidewalk. This was obviously much more powerful than the battery-powered one, and I don't think it ever gave out when I threw pretty heavy grass at it. As you can see here, some of this grass is pretty thick, and it took it like a champ. But I will say this, the majority of the time I actually cut, I only pulled the trigger to about 50%, maybe at the most 75%, and it did a great job. So I wanted to share some closing thoughts with you guys on both of these weed whackers. I did spend the weekend cutting my grass and it's gone great. But I wrote down a few thoughts here about the new one. I keep looking over here because they're right off camera on the floor. And one of the biggest things with this particular one is that there are multiple attachments. You can pull the trim head off and you can attach an edger. They have a tiller or a cultivator, which is really cool. You can buy a pole saw, so you can get, branches fairly high up. They have a brush cutter trim attachment. There's a hedge trimmer attachment. And the last thing in regards to this would be the actual price. As I was looking around at pricing on other comparable trimmers, they were all $200 plus or well over $200, and this was a little under 200, I think. I think I saw one or two.
I'm so sorry. She's making cicada tacos live.
I'm gonna make the cicada very similar to the way that
I don't.
tacos. Like,
What are you doing? Like, was that necessary?
a lot about it.
Yes.
I've heard they taste like shrimp.
She heard they taste like shrimp. You might like them.
Probably not. I don't know where I was. My wife just threw me off. She decided to show me someone making a cicada dish live or something on Facebook. For what this offers, it is way lower or a decent amount lower than its competition, which is, in my mind, 2 thumbs up. As long as it can, handle what I throw at it and can perform, which it seems to be so far. So I'm pretty happy about that. We'll see how the longevity of it goes, but I really need to wrap this up. I know this has been a really long video and I've talked a lot. I don't even really like listening to my own voice, so I appreciate you making it to this point in the video. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to use what you got, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.